Jesus Christ, alright, I'm back. Finally. Excuse me. Right after I went to break, man, I immediately got hungry and realized, ah, shit, I haven't had lunch today. So, it became a lunch break, that's why it was so much longer. It's like 30 fucking minutes. So I apologize for that. Yeah, I didn't eat lunch today until it was like hella late, so. And then also some unexpected stuff happened afterwards, so it took a little longer than usual when I usually eat, so. Apologize for that, folks, but I'm back, so let's continue, shall we? Dun 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 dun. The hell did I leave the controller? Wait, I think I might need to change this one. I think it's low on battery. Oh yeah, it's hella low on battery. Okay, fuck. There we go. Swap it out. Always got one charging, you know. I've had this happen in, I think it's only happened once during, like, a duty. Don't remember what it was. You know, a dungeon, fucking alliance raid. Hi, Lurkin. Thank you for being patient. I'm sorry if, you just got nothing but dead air with this music for too long. Appreciate you sticking around, though. But yeah, there was one time my controller shut off, literally, like, in the middle of a duty, and I had to... Nobody noticed because I was quick. I immediately grabbed the one that I always have plugged in, to make sure it's, like, max charged. And swapped it out. And I think I was playing as a tank or a healer, too, so it was, like, a high responsibility role I was playing. And I still managed to, like, swap it quick, and nothing bad happened. But, yeah, it was stressful. I got anxiety. I was like, oh, shit! You know, don't want to let the whole team down because my controller died. Let's see here. Riel's report needs to be filed. Alian has requested additional supplies, and then there's... Oh, don't mind me. Everything's under control. Sound like it. I mean, it sounds like a lot's happening, but she does seem to have it under control. Damn, everybody left. Where do everyone go? Bingo? Sorry, I've been watching some Resident Evil 4 lately, so... Ori Boulder and his companions left to continue reconnaissance on the Beast Tribes. They were adamant about shouldering what burdens they could while the senior Scions were occupied with this cocoon emergency. Oh, they want to stay useful, you know, that's pretty cool of them. They want to stay occupied and feel like they're contributing in some way, in their own way, you know? Ah, the determination upon their faces. There is nothing more blinding than youth burning with purpose. Sounds like something like I would say. Yep, everyone's gone. Alright. Fair enough. Let's go to, back to Notebook Altar, I guess. See, we're reconvening constantly in Gridania because they're the closest to Alamigo, of course. Poor Kane sent us. Her little, like, government whatever. Although I think I'm gonna do this. I haven't done this in a while. Where I randomly skip around on different worlds or whatever. I used to do that when I logged in just to keep it interesting. It's the Conjurers Guild, right? Yeah, there we go. Alright. Back to comfy stream. Except for when I play those stupid sound effects. But anyway, welcome, Warrior of Light. This way, if you please. Lead the way, sir. Uh oh. Excuse me. Felt like something got stuck here, so... Everyone looks really serious right now.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
That's true, this is an emergency.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice-damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
Wait, did the object destroy it then? Is that what they're implying?
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
Holy shit, that answers my question, but holy shit.
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Answers don't always come easy, huh?
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Wow, ballsy motherfucker over here.
What in the hells are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly. We'll let him in.
Pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
That's right, Emmerich doesn't know shit about this guy anyway.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartano since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Yeah, what's in it for you? What are you after here?
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
A look on my face.
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
This guy, man.
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
I mean, shit. No, but I'll keep an eye on him.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartano and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
Supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Holy shit!
My blade is yours.
The look she gives that side-eye, dude!
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
I think that might have been the moment I fully fell in love with Yugiri right there. That look, that side-eye she gave him. She had that resting, I don't want to say resting bitch face, but you know what I mean. Like, she just, that completely neutral look, it just turns her eyes, like, unwavering, doesn't even blink. And she's like, my blade is yours. Like, she's just ready to slit his throat at a moment's notice. Snap your fingers and she'll just be like, he's gone. I was like, well, I'm not shaking her hand anymore. That was insane. it's so interesting how you can convey so much with so little, right? Like the way they wrote that little part for Yugri was it spoke so much and so little. I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. It's just that was that was good. I liked it. Hold on. I feel like I wanted to. Oh right. So you notice Sid mentioned about he talked about the Crystal Tower thing. He was like, you didn't gain my trust because of what you did at the Crystal Tower or whatever, talking to Nero. So back when Crystal Tower series was optional, I assumed the dialogue there would probably be different if you never did it. But of course now it's a mandatory Alliance raid. What else? And I think there was another part, this was last stream, but when Alize was talking to us and Gabu after we defeated Titan again, yeah, that's what it was. She mentioned what her grandfather said, what Louis Sois said. I didn't get to see that dialogue in that cutscene. It was completely different for me because I never found a party of people to help me through the Coils of Bahamut before that point. So again, since it's optional, if you don't do the Coils of Bahamut, that cutscene is very different, the dialogue for it. When you're staring up at the stars, because Gabu just lost his parents and everything, the little kobold or whatever. So I'm glad I actually got to see the different scene now that I have done the Coils of Bahamut, where she talks about what Louis Sois said and the wisdom he imparted on us before, he departed himself. So I thought that was pretty cool. I do like how MSQ scenes will change depending on what side content you have or haven't done, and that's why I endeavor to do all of it that I can. At least the things I find most relevant, which are the normal raids, the Alliance raids, the Trial series for each expansion. So I feel like it plays into, it plays an important role in the main scenario quest most of the time. Not always, but most of the time I feel like it does. Is that a floating present back there? By itself? Oh, and this is freaking me out. What is that? Oh, shit, there's someone over there. Okay. The demon box. Dude! You don't see the player that minion belongs to, so I just saw the minion by itself and was freaking out. I was like, what the fuck is going on? That was a little weird. Again, it's probably just because I turned off name tags. I'm sure with name tags on, I would have seen them. Anyway. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions. Not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. That's true. What the fuck did he know? Who's spreading rumors? The greater obeisance. What's it, 3 or 4? Okay. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alize is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Please. Lead the way, my good sir. Wait a minute. Oh fuck, they were down there already. Debated. I played myself. I just always assume when I have the habit of running upstairs as soon as I teleport to this spot, because I use it as a shortcut for the in-room or whatever. Where is everyone? I'm sure they'll be here eventually. Leon, Alfino, ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of that man poking about in the workings of the ship without proper supervision did not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alfino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... well, here they are now. I mean, if Yugiri's watching them. I'm comfy. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I start course for cards? No, sorry, I can't. I'm just remembering that moment. You know what, I'm gonna save this clip. I wanna take a screenshot. I wanna go back and actually take a screenshot of that. And try to use it as a meme picture someday or something, I don't know. Like, that look she gives them is just fantastic. I'll just do 15 minutes just to be safe. Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon, even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh? I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. He keeps chirping. Alright. While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Yustola and the others forthwith and join you as soon as I am able. Liam, pray accompany Alize back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Sure. Right. Everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. It also should be no surprise, I mean, Yuguri's got a bone to pick with all the Dummins do, with the Garleans, so... When Nero told us who he was, I think she definitely put away any reservations about slitting his throat. She looks at us the wrong way. You are traveling with Master Garland, sir? The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. You know, that overshadowed, though, I also wanted to say it was pretty savage of Alize to just say that, too. She's like, you're free to kill him, by the way. It's just like, holy shit! This child just condemned me. What manner of airship has no private cabins? Then again, I suppose Garland had to find somewhere to stow his half-baked inventions. What, you complain there's not enough room on this thing? Listen, all that's air up there. All we got is this. Not a lot of room for as many of us as we're riding in this. I do not care for that man. Thank you, yes. She just summarized what I was just saying. Strange though it may seem, Nero's former loyalties do not trouble me. But I can see why people are loath to lower their guard around him. Of course. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones then? Please. Do you think we actually fit... Well, we crammed 8 people in there for Praetorium before they reduced it to 4 people? That was one crowded airship. I never thought of that back when that was a thing. 8 motherfuckers in there. Just... Haru? I know Nero's a guest here, but we don't exactly have the happiest history with the Empire, do we? So my question to you is, do I offer him tea? These are the issues, yes. Wait, why are they all looking that way? What's he doing? Oh, they're just watching him like a hawk. Okay. They don't say anything. No. You agree? What's your take on this? Fear not. I shall keep a close eye on our new ally. I'm sure you will. Just glad to be allies with Yugri, not our enemy, huh? One was created to capture Bahamut, and the other to surpass him. Which will prove the stronger, I wonder? If you're comparing Ultima Weapon with Omega, well, Final Fantasy veterans can tell you Omega's a lot stronger, through and through. I'll stop there. Can't say much more yet. We must be careful, old friend. The walking weapons of Allied were expressly designed to subdue primals, but men like Gaius will always seek to use them against mankind. It falls to us to ensure that Omega is never employed as a weapon of war. In the wrong hands, it would be bad. Yeah, no shit.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Alright, you agree. Get him.
I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation.
Give him a warning shot or something. Stab him in the leg or something. Send him straight to fucking
Wedge
Broadway.
calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
That's her counter argument. I love it. Coffee maker.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Good gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
Surprised the shit, man. I forgot he shows up here.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
I think that's on purpose. Yeah.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Lord, he coming.
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? Yugiri, you draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
I fucking love Gosetsu. He's one of my favorite characters of all time, for sure. Leon, wait! Could I speak to you for a moment? Sure, what's up? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we, ambushed you? Yeah, I remember that. Well, not that kind of ambush, but close. Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. Okay. You can try it on right now if you like. Oh shit, I have a glamour plate ready for this. You gonna be wearing it? At least for the cutscene, probably, yeah. Oh, shit! Now we look spiffy as hell. Refined. But still a little adventurous. Like, it's like casual refined. It's not overly formal either. Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, how does it feel? Remember, she said she took all my measurements, so... Ay, ay, ay. YouTube video was right. Anyway, you're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, you know, bring you home. May it always protect you. Wait, really? Where is that? I'm guessing you can't see it. I've never seen that on this outfit. Tara's cute. I like that she got into making outfits for everybody. Really cool. It's a perfect excuse for the developers of the game to actually, you know, give the characters new outfits from time to time. Like when Alfino got his and Alize. Tara's the one who makes the outfits. Well, I don't want to leave just to go put it on, so... like, properly. Make a glam plate and everything. Oh, right, but I was gonna comment on the cutscene. Damn, too much shit happens sometimes. Even now, even though it was my second time watching this, or whatever, I just always expect Gozetsu to, like, run up... the way he runs up to Yuri and the camera angles and everything, the way the camera switches and stuff, it makes you think he's about to, like, tackle hug her, which, you know, her being her size and him being his size, that was a little worrisome. It was just like, oh shit, but then he just stops right in front of her, and I was just like, it always gets me. I'm just like, he's gonna, like, tackle hug her, or what I half expected, actually, was more like he was just gonna, like, be so excited to see her, that he was gonna, like, hug her and pick her up and stuff, and just be like, it's you! And she was gonna, like, freak out. That's kind of what I was expecting, but they probably didn't want to go through the trouble of animating all that. They already do enough shenanigans like that in the Hildebrand storylines, you know? How dare he mock the Scions like that? If I ever had to sew a set of traveling clothes for him, I just might forget to take out the pins. For Nero? Yeah. Do it. And then during the cutscene, when Nero talks shit about the technology we use, I was like, alright, Yuri, fucking get him. Nail his ass. Send him straight to fucking Broadway. Had enough of his shit. Just the two unexpected guests, then. Still, I suspect that each will prove useful in his own way. Yeah, maybe. My blade shall carve a path through the Empire's ranks as a scythe fells stalks of wheat. Not the only thing they do nowadays. I remember in another cutscene they also talked about soldiers putting down their swords for scythes, and I was like, well, nowadays a scythe is also a weapon. That dialogue was not written with Reaper in mind. That didn't come until much later. Never did I think to hear Gosetsu's voice echo through these halls. Yeah. She didn't expect him to come find her, I guess, yeah. Sounds about right. Truly, I had no idea Domans could be so loud. He and Yugiri could hardly be more different. Well, She's probably trained herself to be quiet because of what she does. She's a ninja, so. But yeah, I guess we have something in common because I'm loud as fuck too. Oh, I think he's gonna fit right in. You, Nero? The Mark 14 Thermal Coil Boil Master? Dear me. How risible must the previous 13 iterations have been? I could design a more efficient water heater in the time it took that ill-conceived lump to become lukewarm. The fuck? Ill-conceived lump? Is he... I don't get it. Is he making a joke about Tataru because he's a little hollow fella, or...? I'm not sure what he means by ill-conceived lump, but... Obviously he's taking a jab at Heck, though. Fly free, my pretty. And who's this asshole? Guy in the picture, I mean. So we have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Again, that's actually pretty true in a situation like this, I think. Very well. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alfino, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Y'shtola in Prial. A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartano Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Leon, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of security. Excuse me. I love seeing Rogadins do that. Kind of funny. But with Gozetsu in particular, I fucking love it. He really is one of my favorite characters of all time in this game. He's amazing. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. I'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. It's just his personality, his demeanor. He just gives off positive vibes, you know? I like his energy. There we go, that's the best way to put it. I like his energy. Almost crashed. We need some air traffic control over here. The FAA. Holy shit. This is too zoomed in for this fucking ride. Yo, Yugri, check out my whip. Can I have your number? No. That was an old man TV bit, wasn't it? That one guy, can I have your number? Gozetsu is an accomplished swordsman. Should it come to battle, he will prove a staunch ally. Would that I could say the same for Nero. Well, that's why we have him now. Unexpected ally. Just shows up. Also, where the hell was, what's his name, Uyanja? He's the one who found him. Will this contraption truly bear us through the skies? Oh, this is gonna be great. He's never ridden an airship before. Or maybe he's just skeptical of this one. I was a bit lost for a while back there, but I'll be fine. Trust me. Soon, Omega, soon. I will see you rise again. Why are you so excited? You've never even seen it once. Well, I mean, he hasn't seen it do anything, because it's been underground for thousands of years or whatever. Or however long it's been since the logins were a thing. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gozetsu graces the deck with his dinner. You already think he's gonna get airsick and throw up? And yeah, Cartano's actually right around the corner from here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. You know, I've mentioned it like a ton of times before, but it is... The Cartano Flats is where the main frontline PvP mode takes place, but like they said, we should be okay and be left alone by, you know, the constantly battling city-states, the 3 states there. Because we're going in as a neutral party, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, so should be just fine. As opposed to when you actually, you know, you sign up for Frontline, you're representing your grand company, so... Anyway, once there, however, we had best be on our guard. Given that Alliance Wayu was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. And if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it is not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. They have the same idea as us? Yeah, I could see that. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Thanks for the warning, Bid. Let's do it. Look at the clouds back there. Kind of a neat effect. A neat JPEG. When clouds form a certain way like that, damn, do they look intimidating. I don't know what it is. Of course, here I hardly ever get storm clouds look like that, but I've seen them when going across the mountains or into the desert. Into Nevada nearby.
Now, where was that? Ah.
I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
Fancy.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
If name day is supposed to be birthday, if they all came at once, wouldn't that mean you're dead now then?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
You're right about that, Sid. I'll take care of this punk. Whoever the hell he is.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Another goddamn rocket hammer, it looks like, just like Nero's. Also, this is how they introduced the other job class for the next expansion, Samurai. Get to fight alongside one. Alright, let's do it. Bring it on, asshole.
You watching, Papalimo?
I'll stomp these worms into the dust myself. This is my fight, understand? Stay out of it.
Leave this to me.
Your funeral.
It's my right to strike.
Sorry, I may have misjudged the enemy. I should have been staining the soles of my boots by now. What are you fools all gawping at? Don't just stand there, your captain is in danger!
Your defense is lacking.
Oh, he backed out pretty quick, didn't he?
With soul and steel.
Holy shit. For every yapping cur I strike down, another takes his place. How many soldiers did he bring with him? We will stand against this tide. There's my girl Yugiri. She ain't backing down. Surrender! We have you outnumbered! Okay. Not really enough to deter us, but, we think so. Thank you, Rita, yes. Wouldn't be the first time! Yes, exactly. Speak. Are you still playing with those soldiers? Ah, I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. What the fuck is he talking about? Excuse me. Oh, shit! Here we go. Behold, the Red Baron! Now end this nonsense! The Red Baron, huh? That smirk. What the? No one told me they'd have Magitech armor? Forward! For the Empire! Starting to waver now. He's losing confidence. What's he running off to? The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. You got it, Gozetsu. Go kick some ass. Get him. You guys are going down now.
Your defense is lacking.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
You watching, Papalino?
No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel!
They don't stop.
It's all over now.
Let me line them up.
Leave this to me.
Well struck. My thanks, Leon. Oh, she said I'll handle these soldiers and pray dispose of the giants. Yeah, no problem.
It's my right to strike!
This will sting.
An opening.
I have you!
Oops. Oh, I still got him. Good. The Colossi are scrap and the captain hits us as often as the enemy. Enough! Time for a tactical withdrawal. Hey, can you just run off? Deserting a battle is punishable by death. I order you to stand your ground. Come back here now! Please? Wow. You bring this fate upon yourself. Ugh. Damn it all to the 7th hell. I'll kill you bastards if it's the last thing I do. Bring it on. What a spineless piece of shit. First he abandons his men and then he talks to them about betrayal or whatever. Desertion.
You watching, Papalino?
Get him, Yugri. Oh shit, he left the fucking AOD though. You haven't seen the last of me. Mark my words, it'll be you who rules this day. There he goes. Whatever. Only we could have taken his ass out.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Yeah, sure. Great idea.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Shit, asking me, huh? Is there any other way?
I suppose not.
Back way. Yeah, trust in me. We'll be fine, don't worry. Whatever happens, we'll take care of it. Everything's gonna work out.
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
Jesus Christ, he sounds maniacal.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Saw what he could do in FF15 and, you know, FF5 and other games we saw him in. This should be quite the show. Swinging! You ain't wasting any time, dude. Don't hit the antenna. Don't hit the antenna. Remembering my fight with Omega in FF15. Smack that antenna and go fucking berserk. That pretty much looks like Shinryu. Final Fantasy V lore is they're kind of like rivals or mortal enemies, Shinryu and Omega, so this is some great fan service right here. Let him go. Holy shit. Pew pew. This is fucking intense. Holy shit. They're fucking going at it. You can tell FF14's budget at this point has come a long fucking way. They made a lot of money with Heavensward, eh? It probably took weeks to animate. Oh, he's charging up his laser. He is actually... I forgot he actually opens his mouth for that, yeah. Oh shit, they're both charging up now. I couldn't help myself, guys, I'm sorry. It was too perfect. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Damn! I think we ended up causing the calamities just by having these two fight. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm glad that didn't happen on Gridania's side of the wall. Holy shit. What the hell happened to them? It's like one of them fell nearby and the other one just went flying. Way that way.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
But if it stopped transmitting, did it receive a message to go to sleep?
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Really gone now, then. I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. I came as soon as I heard the Excelsior had been spotted on its approach. One moment, everything was functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. I mean... Did you... Oh, well, I guess not, yeah. I was like, I guess maybe down there we didn't get a full, you know, they didn't get a front row seat to what we fucking saw, but... I wouldn't expect Omega to be functioning correctly that well after that shit. That ass whooping. or Shinryu either, because they both kind of like mutually destroyed each other to a certain extent. You know, it's like they fucked each other up bad. So I wouldn't expect Omega to work right anymore after a while. After that, I mean. Hold on, let me check something before we hit complete on this. Where is this? That's not it. There it is. Okay. Alfina looks like he has news for us. I almost dread to ask. The Far Edge of Fate. The last quest in a patch is usually titled after the patch itself. So. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I don't know, how did everybody down here react when they saw that shit? Jesus. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Ida, wait! We must first... The Elder Seedseer is expecting us. Ada, wait! I kind of almost channeled that a little bit. I think my mind was thinking about Leon saying that shit in Resident Evil 2. Worry not, Alfina. Gozetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. Aw, thanks, guys. My thanks, Yugiri. Hey, Yugiri's a real one. It's not like I don't just consider her or, you know, playfully call her a waifu just because she's hot or whatever. It's not just because of what she looks like, it's her personality, man. Like, her soft, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a contrast. Like, she can be very gentle, like at times like that, but at the same time very stoic and duty-bound. And very intimidating. All at once. Like, like when she threatened Nero, or, you know, when she was asked to be on standby to kill him if he caused trouble. She's got layers, that chick. That's why I like her so much. Yugiri, I mean. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Alright, fair enough. Waifu Yugiri. I did, you know, I did also say, I think she's part of the reason for this too. But I did also mention when I did my quick little race tier list, when I was talking about like which races of women I found the most attractive in this game, I think I said that Viera and Heroes were tied, and then at the top for me, and then I said Aura, and then Mikote, and that was it, I think. She might have had a hand in that, subconsciously anyway. My preference for auras over cat girls, anyway. Lotus Stand, right? Yeah, I bet that's probably a thing. I bet there's YouTube videos of... So I remember I saw one that talked about... And this wasn't just for, like, women or anything like that. This was, like, in general. Somebody made, like, a race tier list for FF14. They were, I think there's plenty of videos like that on YouTube. I remember I saw one. I can't remember what it was anymore. But it was pretty funny, though. I like the person, you know, they obviously... It's not to be taken seriously, obviously. So they put a lot of humor in it. I thought it was hilarious. But I'm sure everyone has, like, a completely different tier list that looks very different. Curious to see what the average consensus is, though, but I think we all know that. Fucking cat girl supremacy memes. Like, oh, alright, whatever. Boring, but yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway, the Elder Seeds here await you within. Yeah, let's go. Not that they're like... Not that they're unattractive either, it's just kind of like... It's so predictable, you know? It's a very predictable outcome. Because the whole cat girl trope has always been a thing. For like anime culture and stuff since way before FF14. So it's very predictable that that's what most people favor. That's like the mainstream thing. It's like, alright, yeah, that doesn't surprise anyone. Had I not instructed you to throw Nidhogg's accursed eyes into the abyss, all of this might have been avoided. I thought them beyond reach. I said it before, but when that first happened, when we defeated Nidhogg, I immediately reacted thinking that was a bad idea. We should have just destroyed them. But I understood. They were desperate. They were just kind of like, get rid of them, quick! Ah! You know, they just freaked out. But yeah, even my first playthrough of the game, I was like, that's not a good idea. What if somebody finds them or something, you know? It was sort of a lingering in the back of my mind thing. I was just like, is it really dead? Is that really it? Nope. It seemed Garland's little friend was as good as his word. For now, yeah. Another calamity averted, eh? How many times now have you and yours hauled us back from the brink? I think I lost count myself, honestly. My friends. Ah yes, who can forget? Mami Kane-sena. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega, aye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. But we really didn't see any of that shit. Damn. They did, though. What words could do justice to such a scene? Not of my choosing, that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Giribania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows. Excuse me. And it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight, until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamigan's soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of far eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Giribanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis system, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. Pompous asshole. I forgot to mention earlier though, but he's also up there with one of my favorite characters, Nero. Just his cocky, smirky attitude, and just his snide remarks, his chirps. It just makes him like a lovable asshole kind of guy, you know? Not a lovable psychopath type character like Arden. You know, a la the Joker from The Dark Knight or something like that. Not that kind, just... He's not that kind of psycho, it's different, he's just an asshole, basically. He's just a pompous asshole, but he does it, again, like those two characters, in a graceful, funny way. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Giribania. Though Ilbert has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation. And by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp. Also, we only caught Ilbert. So much happened with the whole thing with Papalymo. I forgot to mention this too, but Laurentius and Yu Yu Hase are still out there. And of course, I do like that Ilbert mentioned that a lot of the people he, you know, brought to do what he did at Belsor's Wall were only there because of the money. He said they were only there for the... I forgot what words he used, but for the gil that he mentioned, right? I was like, of course, that's why Yu Hase was there. But I was too busy almost crying at that point to mention that, but it's like the only reason Yu Hase would be there. How else would you have convinced him? He's openly admitted how much he treasures gold, or money, sorry, over everything else, so... This operation to take the wall will be Ishgard's first military action under Alliance banners. Though I have no appetite for bloodshed, a part of me is glad of the chance to begin preparations for our past inaction. Yeah, I understand your position. That's natural, I think. You're eager to try and make amends, yeah. Pray accept my humblest and most earnest thanks once again, Warrior of Light. Had Shinryu been suffered to roam free, the Twelveswood would surely have been laid waste. Yeah, Gridania was in the most danger at first, for sure. I go to oversee operations at Belsor's Wall. You have done your part. Leave us to handle the initial Imperial reprisal and rest while you may. Okay. When the Primal emerged, I was for an instant transported back to Cartano. To the moment the Black Worm made an eighth hell of the battlefield. Gladly would I live out the rest of my days without seeing such a sight again. Does it make sense Shinryu was brought into, aside from the fact that, you know, in previous Final Fantasy games, Shinryu and Omega tend to appear together, and except for 15 and a few other ones, but at least back when they were both introduced into the series, Shinryu and Omega were introduced together. Shinryu was inside of a treasure chest for some reason. In the dimensional rift where X-Death and Omega were. But, it makes sense that they would choose Shinryu for the Primal being summoned with Nidhogg's eyes, since Nidhogg was a dreadful fucking dragon himself. Not unlike Bahamut. Just, you know, not as strong, because didn't have the chance to get there. Bahamut was one of the OG dragons, so... If, as seems likely, we put Omega into stasis after... What did they call it? Yes. After Shinryu was defeated, we should have little to fear from either one of them. Assuming Shinryu's actually dead. Yes. That's another assumption there. Dead. I should very much like to see this Shinryu creature for myself. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones. But I wonder if we might first make a small detour. Y'shtola and the others have gathered at Amarasai's spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now that the cocoon is gone. Sure. It is decided then. Lead on. Okay. They're not all going to change their dialogue after that. Oh, might as well teleport. Whew! Hell of a day. How's this for primitive technology, you bastard, Nero? This shit is Lucian technology. Well, reverse engineered by Sid, of course, into Magitech, but still. It's Magitech based off of, you know, Lucian technology from Noctis's world. So, that's something. Oh, thank the 12. After witnessing Omega's single-minded onslaught, I had visions of you being trapped between it and its target. Hardly the most rational concern, I concede, but if you had seen what I saw... Taking a screenshot of this for later. No trace of the cocoon remains. It's as if it never existed. Man, Ida must be taking this pretty hard. Everything she had left to remember Papalimo by is gone now.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
Damn.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilbird's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by a mega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
Yeah, it's consistent with the rest of its appearances throughout the Final Fantasy series. Omega.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Sharlayan. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know.
Alright, we all do that from time to time with certain things, you know?
Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
One of those rare instances where neither response really feels like what I'm feeling right now. I guess I'll go with the curious response, despite that it seems a little bit callous to me. But why'd you never tell me?
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. Yeah, I'd say so. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Yeah, what friends are for. Family. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell to Taro and my sister. That was meant to be a reference to Fast and the Furious memes. Vin Diesel's character going on about family every time. At least in the later iterations. But it's because of an idea that started in the early movies, of course. That's it. That's finally it for Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Word's post-game content. We're done, folks. Officially made it to the next expansion. I don't want to talk over this masterpiece of a song, so I'll be back after the credits.
Dark. sacrifice a final plea to her kin. Yet this bond of hope by treachery was broke, scattering her words to the wind. Swelling over long seas of blood are a song, and death an afterthought to those who fight for naught. Alone, lying empty, children of the land, answer this. Why must you turn to empty bliss? Tell me why break trust? Why turn the past to dust? Seeking solace in the abyss. Tell me why create a circle none can break? Why must you let go the life you were bestowed? This I fear I
There you have it, folks. The Far Edge of Fate. What a masterpiece of music, man. Between Nobuo Uematsu and doing the main theme there, the Dragon Song War theme song and everything, and what's it called? I'll just say Soken. I forgot his. Can't believe I forgot half his name. Jesus Christ. Between him and Soken, though, it's just like the soundtrack for this game is just amazing. Just off the hook at this point. Masayoshi Soken. There we go. Jesus Christ. A disgrace. Forgetting his name. Jesus. Yeah, it's incredible. The music's great. That's why I'm gonna talk over it. I raised the volume up at first. I'm sorry if I trolled you like that, but I realized I was like, oh shit, hold on. Some people might just have this running in the background. I shouldn't do that. If they want to listen, to these masterpieces louder, they can change the volume themselves. What the fuck am I doing? So then I reset it back slowly, to the usual 60% that I have it at. Because I know I've done that in the past few credit sequences we've seen, but and then I realized, I was like, wait, people can just adjust the volume on their own when they watch this fucking YouTube video. What the hell am I doing? so yeah, I put it back to 60%, then fucked off and let the credits run. But yeah, let's turn in the quest and see what last minute scenes they show us, shall we? Also, hold on, we got some old faces have finally returned. What the hell? Real, what's up, dude? Things are heating up in Alamigo, but we can't afford to lose track of the trouble what might be brewing in the rest of the realm. Don't you worry, though. I'll be keeping an ear to the ground, me nose in the air, and one eye on the horizon. Good man. Thank you, Real. Tataru? Did you know about Lise? I had no idea. We only met after the calamity, and her sister must already have been... well, excuse me, Yeah, assuming we're still living in the same fucking year as when A Realm Reborn started. 6 years ago is the year before the calamity hit, so... that's when Ida must have, She should still be at bed? What's going on? Back in the Far East, we treat back pain with a long soak in a hot spring. What say you to a short journey, Isildar? I am told the waters at Camp Bronze Lake are famous for their healing properties. Sure, Hildebrand's father can attest to that, yeah. Godbert. At last, I was able to rise from my sickbed, but the pain when I tried to take up my axe... oh, what a sad old man I have become. Oh, he's demoralized. Starting to feel like he's useless because he's getting too old. The tale is old as time, pardon the pun. You should have seen the look on Tataru's face when I recounted Lisa's... I realize in retrospect that I should perhaps have waited for you to return. I, also told Alize. Apologies. Told him about what? Lady Lamin? I sent her outside to enjoy a quiet cup of tea. Much has happened these past moons, and we all can use a rest every now and again. Oh, okay. Ultimate? What's up, dude? Though it might be simpler to surrender to despair, I have chosen to resume my studies in the arcane. I received much wisdom from Papa Limo, and I would put his advice into practice. Okay. My sister has the most curious ideas about courtship. Oh god, here we go again. What's going on? What's she doing? What are they doing? A fine showing, brother, but you have yet to outpace Aenor. Oh, I see, a squatting competition, really? Should the Archons be called away to Girabania, it will fall to us to deal with the Scion's usual obligations. And thus, we must remain in peak condition. Aenor, what are you doing? I made a fool of myself on our last mission, but I will show him what I'm made of. Come now, Hori. Is that the best you've got? My sister has the most curious ideas about courtship. Yeah, she does. Interesting. But, hey. At least it's more wholesome than her usual thoughts that she tends to voice out loud when they come around for some reason about, these two. Her usual thoughts of, yeah. Anyway. Good to see they're still getting along, I guess. One big happy family. Alize, what's up, girl? What's going on? He may have mentioned, but Alfino has apprised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lise has chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Kiribania, we will have little choice but to fight. The calm before the storm, huh? Nice choice of words there, Alize. And, nice subtle marketing there, Square Enix. They weren't being subtle anymore at this point. They'd already dropped the trailer and the name of the next expansion, so... Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom, but indolence, correct? Yeah, you remember your grandfather's words well. I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire, as I rather suspect do you. Oh, definitely. Yeah, honestly, what Alize just said, 100% true. I've been dying to take the battle to the enemy. To actually, like, push back against the Empire and take back the shit they've stolen, the lands that they've stolen. Honestly, I had the urge to do that since we defeated Gaius Van Belsar at the end of A Realm Reborn. It made me almost feel like, as good as Heaven's Word was, it made me feel like it was filler just because of how much I wanted the fight against the Garleans to continue. And that felt like kind of a detour or a sidetrack into, you know, Ishgard's little storyline or whatever. But, in retrospect, looking back and playing through it again thoroughly here on stream, I see that it's a very important stepping stone because we're bringing back, you know, another of Eorzea's great nations back into the fold of the Alliance by helping them resolve their own problems, you know, bringing the Dragonsong War to an end, yada yada. We were, you know, fortifying the Eorzean Alliance so they could actually stand a better chance against, you know, the Garleans. So I was like, okay, doing this again, I was like, yeah, it's I see you, Aiden. The little teacup, that's a cute emote. But yeah, doing it again, I was like, okay, this expansion was important. At first, it did feel like kind of filler, but that was just because my emotions were getting the better of me, and I was like, just ready to take the fight to the enemy, to the Garleans. I was like, let's just keep going, what the fuck? Let's not let up. I wasn't satisfied with taking out Gaius, you know, at the end of A Realm Reborn, so. But yeah, the Heaven's Word definitely has its place. I felt similarly about Shadowbringers, but we'll get to that when we get there. Once we get back there. And yeah, ever since then I've also obviously changed my mind. But that feeling was only there for like the first half of Shadowbringers, I will say. But that's, you know, if you want to see that, my commentary on my first playthrough of that's on YouTube already. But yeah, that's for another time. But anyway, yeah, so this is it, folks. The final quest of the Far Edge of Fate. The Far Edge of Fate. Titled after its patch, of course. This is the final quest before the next expansion officially begins. So after I complete this, if I'm allowed to complete it here, watch it do that shit where it's like, New Game Plus mode cannot be exited in here. Please fuck off. God, it might happen. Wait for it. It might actually happen. Shit, I'm kind of nervous now. But whether it works or it doesn't, you know, that's pretty much it. I feel like I had one more thing to say, but I think that was it. Yeah, I guess so. What I'm gonna do is just do my official outro after this. If there's any post-game cutscene or whatever, I guess we'll see it in a minute after I hit complete, assuming this works. But yeah, I'll do my little outro, and then we'll say a little something more after that. I'm gonna add something to it, and then I'll, show a little bonus, a little surprise before I go. But yeah, this will be it for the stream, so. Oh, there's the scene. Here we go. What do we got? Did they successfully take back Belsar's wall? Or, well, take it over, I guess, because we didn't build it. Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face the retribution. I like Pippin's little sword there. That's pretty cool. It's also like as tall as him. It is almost time, father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Go get him, Pippin. Show him who's boss. This is where we fought Ilbert, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It makes sense for Robon to be here. Very well, Ilbert. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. That's a good line and a good scene to end on. I like that. It makes sense. Oh shit, hold on, we got more. Jesus. The cliffhangers keep coming. Well, actually, they probably just want to give us a proper one, actually. That wasn't much of a cliffhanger, that was a resolution. Gotta pump up the sales for the next expansion, right? Let's see what we got here. But yeah, it makes sense that, you know, he's like, alright, Ilbert, I get it. Message loud and clear. You want me to take back Alamigo? Fine, you forced my hand. I'll do it. That was basically Robon right there. My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Belsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. Alright, they've talked about the new Viceroy residing in Alamigo, the one who basically succeeded Gaius Van Belsar. I said it with switching the letters around there. After he died or whatever. This is the first time we see him. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Akon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Man, a few words, huh? Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend... Your will be done! Wow. He didn't even say anything. Is this guy that scary? Jesus. Unknown? My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes. The coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. Oh, we got teased with half a face. We just got to see his lips and nose. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. You heard it here first, folks. Oh shit. I know where I'm gonna be standing and it is what it is. When New Game Plus ends here, which it will many times. You know. Apologize for anyone seeing this for the first time. You know, experiencing this story through my videos, which I doubt there's a lot of people doing that, but for those of you who are, I should just warn you, whenever I exit New Game Plus mode, be wary of spoilers, especially if it ends here. But, let's see. I mean, I think the game already took the words out of my mouth. There it is, you heard the advertisement right there at the end, right? It's, yes, how I wanted to end the stream, but first, well, I think I'll just do it at the title screen, right? I'll just do it here, fuck it. Or I'll do most of it here. And then, because it's going to give me a 20-second timer, since this isn't a sanctuary, it's going to be like, you can't, you know, you shouldn't log out here. But yeah, I'll do that in a second. Okay, so, as always, you know, I appreciate everyone who came by. Aiden Lorcan, Crimson Rival, thank you very much. I always enjoy your guys' company. I appreciate coming by to keep me company as I record these videos using Twitch. And for all of you watching in the future on YouTube and Twitch, I always appreciate the support, as always. And as always, I bid you all to please take care of yourselves, look after each other, stay safe out there, and well, as always, please have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Until next time, peace. And well, just like the ending said, right? Tomorrow, when I come back to stream again, we've completed the Far Edge of Fate, so now we go past the Far Edge of Fate. We go beyond into the Storm of Blood. Enjoy.